Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel. If you are a subscriber, thank you for showing your faith in me. If you are just stumbling across me for the first time, welcome. I hope you find value here and decide to subscribe as well. Anyway, this is going to be a bit of a mixed bag of a video. Part organizational tip, part a behind the scenes look at some of the maybe less glamorous side of doing this stuff, probably a bit arm's length art, and that is a hashtag challenge by Kim Newberg. Anyway, I'll just start with what's here in front of me. About a year or so ago, Costco, at least in our part of the world, was selling, I think, 4 packs of these clear plastic storage containers. This is the shallower one, and I think the other size is probably twice the height. Anyway, you can probably tell that I have these teeny tiny little signature pages sort of folded and ready to go. So if you saw one or both of my videos about the mini books, you know that I have the habit, I guess, of folding up tiny scraps of paper when I am cleaning my desk or whatever, or after a project, to try to help remind myself that this stuff is ready to use in another project. And I don't know if it's false economy, thinking that, oh yeah, I dealt with it and then it sits here forever, or not. But then in this box, what I've got are some of the things that you probably saw on my desk the other day. Again, I clip things together often just to help, train the fold. And you might have seen this box as well. So basically, I just wanted to say that this is how I store my signatures. These are the teeny tiny ones. For the full size or oversized signature pages, I've got probably 3 or 4 full filing cabinet drawers and some actual bins and boxes. So I've got papers coming out the yin-yang, let's just say that. This sort of a setup is fairly portable. So if I want to, when I finally decide, yeah, it's time to leave my office for the night and head to the bedroom, I will quite often take something like this with me. And again, hands are never idle in this house. I would be sorting this, say, in front of a Netflix movie or something like that. So that is all I have to say about that. The other thing, maybe this is too much glare, so I use these are those silicone, well, are they silicone or plastic? I don't know. Anyway, these are those sort of cutting mats that you can buy at the dollar store, or used to be able to buy at the dollar store. I think they were a 4-pack. So quite often I will, well, if I'm not taping, I would use this on here to catch the mess or, blue blobs or whatever. But I'll just get that out of the way for now. I just recently had a birthday. My birthday was March 6th. And this isn't going to be news to anyone. I mean, anyone other than maybe newbies. My point of showing you this stuff is that we have a lot of things coming into our lives, free things coming into our lives that don't necessitate a creator, rushing out to buy something. So it's just a matter of looking at everything in your life now from a new perspective, or with, with the intention of repurposing and recreating. It's Pam at the Paper Outpost that says, everything is an art supply until proven otherwise. And I think, maybe we should embroider that on a cushion or something, because it's true. So my gift for my daughter came in this gift bag. And I love paisley, I love purple. So this is clearly something that I'm going to probably turn into a journal cover. Now, that is a bigger project and, you know, not within the scope of this video, but gift bag. Tissue paper. You know, there's no shortage of tissue paper in the world, especially this plain stuff. And we know that tissue paper can be used to mute colors. Better check that I'm actually in Fraser. Mute colors, you know, in this case, this paper, or to add, if you crinkle it and squash it up to create some texture on, you know, again, whatever it is you're working on, whether it's a book cover or a masterboard or smaller things like tags and pockets. So again, what I would do, I'm not necessarily going to take the time to do it here in front of you, is I would kind of neatly, semi-neatly, fold this up and, you know, put it with my other tissue paper. Now this, I love this, both for the colors, well, I guess mainly for the colors and the design. However, this was used to, I guess, sort of waterproof the package that my cut flowers came in. So it is it's plasticky, which of course makes it waterproof, but I am going to find a way to use this. You know, maybe it means sewing to help, you know, use it, or maybe it means, you know, pulling out the big guns like Fabri-Tac for better adhesion. But there is no way on earth that this will be thrown away. So I guess the other thing a person could do, and these pieces are fairly big, so let's see, 17, so probably 22 by 12. So a person could easily, you know, do a skim coat of gesso over it to give it some tooth and allow, you know, another other media to be more easily adhered to it. So there's that. And the reason there are two sheets is because I guess my daughter had gotten flowers from her main squeeze for Valentine's Day, and her packaging was still kicking around. So she knows me well enough to save that kind of stuff. So then I have these two rather big, unwieldy packages of the actual paper that was holding the flowers together. So again, is this not perfect? It looks springy. It's floral. It's got script. It's colorful. Now, if I would have been the one to, you know, rip into this, I would have probably done it a little more carefully and avoid some of the ripping and the tearing. But of course, at the flower shop, they also, you know, staple things. So in order to create less of an eyesore here in the studio, what I would be doing, what I will do, just to, I mean, not that you need me to show you how to do this, but I would find, well, first of all, I'd remove any tape that is sort of annoying me. I would try to figure out the way to maximize these pieces. So in other words, sorry, this is, you know, way too big to be fit in screen, but okay, so do I have my 18-inch ruler handy? No, I do not. However, because I have no idea how this will ultimately be used, what I would probably do is, okay, I see that that's, you know, where are we here? This is, you know, to this tear here is about 12 inches. So what I would do is, again, because this is a factory edge here, basically line it up and tear. I thought it was so funny when we were in the States around Christmas or New Year's, visiting my son and his family. My youngest grandson, I must have folded something and torn it like this, and he was simply amazed. How did you do that? And so I just showed him, and I'm thinking, boy, this Nana wishes she was a lot closer, because clearly there are some things that I could show him that. And if it takes so little to impress the little guy, then hey, I got all those tricks up my sleeve. So you can see, okay, so maybe you can't see because this is too busy here. I didn't take the time, to be honest, to clean my desk off, because, like, what is the point? You've all seen a mess before. So this is manageable. So to further, you know, neaten it up, I'd probably fold it like so. And essentially, you've got a signature page there. So then we've got an oddball shape like this. So again, to maximize and leave things kind of as big as they possibly can be, I'd do something like that. And again, a person could use a tear ruler or whatever. Sometimes it's just as easy to do it like this. So now a triangle like that is our second signature page. So a triangle like this could easily become a tiny little signature page. Maybe that's what I should do here. So you can see how what was one scrap is now going to be half a dozen. I would get rid of this point. Then, because this is okay, that's about 8 inches. So if I folded that in half, I could have signature pages that size, and I'd put them in my the little bin I just showed you. Or perhaps well, okay, let's leave that one like that. So then I've got these two. So what am I going to do with this? I could either, and I will leave a bunch of these oddballs ones for collage, because they would be great on masterboards. Or I could further tear this down, neaten up that edge, and again, you can see there is not a great deal of precision happening here. Again, because, you know, sometimes you just want to be quick and dirty. You want to get it done and move on to the next thing. Another signature page. So smaller and smaller scraps. And then once you get to something this size, maybe this ends up being a decoration on a tag or a pocket or a journaling card. And so it goes until the whole mess is dealt with. So I will, of course, you're all quite capable of folding and tearing and measuring, so that I'm not going to do anything more with that other than maybe fold. No, I won't even do that. It takes too much time. So I'm just going to throw that beside me, knowing that I'm finished with that for now. The other thing that I don't know whether you have seen a couple of my videos or maybe follow me on Instagram. I have been taking part in the Lou Frou Frou Studio #Color Combo 2023 challenge. So if you haven't heard about it, basically she comes up with these prompts like a month at a time, so 4 weeks at a time, with a base color and a secondary color, and the challenge is to do something with it. So early on, I decided that I would do, each week, I would do something in this altered book art journal. So you can see past projects. And you can, if I've done my job well, you can tell what the colors were. And then just to make this book not unduly stress this book, I then did month 2, starting from the back of the book. And I basically had prepared this book based on instructions and a video from Carrie the Crafter. Part of the reason for sealing the seam here with masking tape is, number one, to help waterproof if a person is really using wet media, as well as, I think, just, helping hold the pages together. But this is fairly glossy, so yesterday night before bedtime, I gessoed a few more pages just so I'm sort of ahead of the game. Anyway, this was week 9, which was Storm Blue and Celery. And then this week is week 10, and it is Duck Egg Blue and Lavender. And I very much enjoyed both of these. Well, I've enjoyed every week, to be honest. Anyway, what I posted this morning to Instagram, covered that up. And, I started to say that my goal each week is to do a page in this art journal, which is, a bit of a different format here. It's 11.5 by 7.25. So sometimes the shape itself is a bit of a challenge, and an altered envelope. So each time, I don't have the matching envelope for this page within reach. But so what I did yesterday was did a long, skinny, altered envelope with the intention, well, it serves the purpose as a pocket as well. So I did a tag that fits in there. I had the base ready and I just decorated them. So the idea being that what I would probably do when it comes to use this somewhere is in one of those tall, skinny journals, either glue it down on 3 sides and have it as a double pocket, so that, as well as that or that. I mean, I already have something in there, but, imagine that this is behind there. Or as a belly band with a pocket. So again, there are options. I think one of the most challenging things with this book is that it, the pages become fairly thick with the coat of the gesso and the background paper and the resulting layers. So what I'm going to do now that I've shown you this is put it somewhere and really put a lot of weight on it to try to, help straighten this out and let the book, kind of be, the pages sit a little better. So I will do that after this video. Now, because I had all these mauve and duck egg blue pages on hand, and I had, other things that I could be, I just chose, and I don't know if this technique is going to work for me long term, but what I decided to do is, rather than clean them up and move these scraps into another holding area, why not just keep on working? So what I did, now where the heck did I put it? Well, it's going to be a fine one if I can't find it. Oh dear, dear, dear. What I did was I found these things in the other day when I was sorting for see how I'm trying to look and talk at the same time. I found these, a bunch of these, when I was getting organized the other day. And, oh my goodness, this annoys me. I don't think it's stuck in here. So it was handy, so sort of that arm's length concept again. And I thought, okay, let me deal with this. Oh, people. I have, of course, always within arm's length, I have book pages. So I had some of these cardboards, this, heavier paper. It came out of those, do-it-yourself wedding invitation kits. And I made a pocket, which has now gone MIA. Hopefully it'll show up before too long. Anyway, I then thought, well, okay, let's take this to completion. Let us, do the tag as well. So I started doing the tag. And you can see that I also have these, separated and clipped together. These pages that came out of a book of some sort. And I used these as part of the challenge. And the mauvey lavendery ones as part of the challenge. And so I began covering this tag. Now I'm not going to do anything with the back because it is, a person can write on it quite easily. Let me just clip this together. You cannot believe how ticked off I am right this moment. Anyway, I will continue talking and hopefully it shows up. The other thing that is making me a little bit crazy is, and you might have seen this during a past haul video, in one of the things that I bought, probably a bag full, were these things. So I think someone intended them, I don't know what someone intended to do with them. Nice paper, sandwiching a coffee filter in between and held together with a couple of split rings. Not split rings, what are these called? Anyway, notebook rings, maybe. So I don't necessarily want to use this the way I found it, so I have been occasionally taking it apart. However, and you can see here, ripped coffee filters, so of course I'm going to save this paper and reuse it as well because it's absorbent and it has a nice texture to it. Of course you have to work with the shape and square it off if you don't like it the way it is. But because these pages had been put together using double-sided tape, when I rip them apart, I've got these sticky things. So if I'm not careful in how I stack them, some of them also had things like this attached to them that are just gradually falling off on their own. This one has some rickrack on it. I've got more pieces over here that have fallen off. again, and maybe the moral of the story here is that double-sided tape does not hold forever either, people. But you can see that, okay, on something like this that has tape residue on both sides, I can work like a little beaver with this thing. This, I don't know what the real name of it is, but it is great for picking up, you know, glue residue. But I thought, okay, I'm kind of sick and tired of handling these things. Here's another filter. I can't obviously use this side the way it is. So unless I glue this side down to something, I'm going to have a problem here with, and some of them are sticky and some of them aren't. So a lot of really nice paper, but it also means that, the heck is this? This is almost like, this is a coaster that has been covered. Again, glue residue. So I have to sort through this. And the reason I'm showing you this is not because it's so brilliant or exciting, is because a lot of what we do in this game, in this business, is, you know, kind of menial and repetitive and not very exciting, to be honest. I don't particularly like these shapes. So when I created that envelope, that missing envelope yesterday, I ended up squaring off the edges and turning it into a pocket. So let me see how I'm doing for time here. It's maybe almost time to wind up. So what I intend to do, instead of just, you know, sweeping this into a pile and putting it somewhere and then, you know, a week or a month or a year from now finding it and looking at it all over again, is I intend to take these things apart, glue them, probably onto a piece of unfortunate 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper, and I would pick some of that really lightweight stuff that you sometimes find at the dollar store, because this is sort of a cardstock weight, and just create a bunch of masterboard bases. That will be the quickest. You know, get through this pile and never have to worry about things sticking to each other ever again. And you can see that I also have pieces of lavender stuff still kicking around from what I did for the color combo challenge. So that is what I am going to be doing next. I will stop here, and when I have my masterboards complete, I will post some photos to Instagram with the hashtag armslengthart. And if you have something similar coming into your life, whether it's flowers or you know, a birthday gift or whatever, or a thrift store purchase, you know, sort of a grab bag type thing, be brutal, you know, rip it apart, tear it apart, and put some of these things, like reinvent these things, rediscover a new use for them. You will feel better. You will reduce your frustration level if you're anything like me, and you will, you know, again, create something that's really pretty and functional and brand new. So I will stop there. You may know that I have my Wi-Fi back working reliably, so the videos are going to be coming kind of fast and furious. I have some done and scheduled. I hope to get into a routine of some sort. So I hope that you choose to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, make something beautiful, and don't forget that everything is a craft supply until proven otherwise. Thanks. Bye.